life as God wants us to live it is so much more joyful, enjoyable than essentially what we've been programmed to believe. And obviously, you've had significant programming from your mother, and pleasing everyone and all of that. The thing is to get the right balance, only doing what you see the Father doing, and enjoying life to the full, living loved. And I think that's the foundation. That foundation needs to be really deep. Then whatever our life is built upon it, then has solid foundations of love, that we know we're unconditionally loved. Therefore, we're loved whether we do anything or do nothing. And God is not wanting us to live under duty or obligation. He wants us to be free to enjoy everyday life, and he enjoys us enjoying it. And then we can live loved and love living. And loving living is living in the joy of it, which means not being pressured, forced, driven, not needing to please other people for affirmation or any of the performance orientated lifestyle that we can be programmed with. And God wants us to live enjoying it, and he enjoys us enjoying life. That is enjoying everyday life, enjoying the normal everyday things, enjoying creation around us and all of that. And of course, within that context, there will be lots of things that he will inspire us to see joining in with him and cooperating with him in things, but not because we're under duty or obligation, but because we like sharing together. And he finds pleasure in watching us enjoying life. And then, of course, we love living and we live loving. And living loving means we stay in peace, we stay in rest. And again, we're not pressured, we're not driven, we're not anxious, none of those things. And the great thing is, we don't have to have all the answers because God does. He is the solution to every problem there might be. And if we keep our eyes fixed on him and look to him for those solutions, rather than trying to figure it out ourselves, work it out ourselves, do it ourselves, then we're going to find we can stay in rest in spite of the fact that there might be storms raging around us. We can live in the eye of the storm and enjoy living in that place. And therefore, when we're looking at a particular issue in our lives, we don't want to look at the problem. And so when we're coming, like within our physical body, within a situation, I'm not looking to try and bring healing. I'm looking to live in the health that's my inheritance as a son of God. So I'm focusing on the life that's in God and receiving the life that's in God, rather than getting rid of negative things within my body in any area. The same within my mind. In every area, I'm not focusing on the problem, but I'm looking at the solution. He is my healer, so he is the solution. I choose to align myself with him being my healer. Therefore, I'm in agreement with health because he's my healer, not because I'm trying to get healed or I'm looking at dealing with this health problem within my body. I'm looking at receiving life, not looking to try and get rid of death. I'm looking to receive health and live in health because he is the abundance of life and he's promised me that, rather than to stop and look at, well, what do I need to do to get rid of this problem? Look at the solution, not the problem. This problem will lessen. It may be a process. Jesus healed people in many different ways. Some of them were instant miracles, and some of them were, well, as you go and continue, you'll find that. And when I went through different healing scenarios, I got to the place where I was living in a health mindset, in thanksgiving, in gratitude, as an attitude of life, before any of the symptoms went, before I stopped taking medication and all of that, because I was focusing on his intention for me, not what the facts were at the time. So I was not ignoring the facts, but I was choosing to embrace the truth, and the truth eventually changed the facts, because I wasn't trying to change the facts. I was embracing the truth. Jesus is the truth, and Jesus wants us to know him as the truth. And as we begin to continue to look to him, that truth will change things in our lives. Now, of course, I come into agreement with that. My attitude is of thanksgiving and gratitude for the situation I'm living in. And when I'm content in that situation, believing that I have received it, even though the facts may still contradict that, I choose to accept the truth rather than the facts. And then that brings about the change in my life. So continue to focus on your relationship, the intimacy, the love, who God is to you. He is your healer. Health is your inheritance. Immortality is God's desire. And when we choose to align with that, and then our thinking, we choose the reality of living in that, rather than choosing the reality of trying to change what is presently the situation. I choose to live in a different reality rather than I'm trying to change my present reality. And that's how I found I'm focusing on the solution all the time in relationship rather than changing the problems. If you enjoy these videos, would you please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe? It really does help. Thank you very much.